Steve Jobs engineered the greatest brand revival in history. But what most don't remember is that Apple only had 90 days to stave off bankruptcy in 1997, when Steve Jobs returned to the company he founded after being forced out 12 years earlier. Back at the helm, Jobs plotted Apple's revival.
The way to do that is not to talk about speeds and feeds. It's not to talk about MIPS and megahertz. It's not to talk about why we're better than Windows.
You see, Apple's advertising had become overly focused on its products and tech features. Jobs blew this up and instead took a different approach.
And the question we asked was, our customers want to know who is Apple and what is it that we stand for? Where do we fit in this world?
To answer this, he drew inspiration from Nike.
One of the greatest jobs of marketing in the universe has ever seen is Nike. Remember, Nike sells a commodity. They sell shoes. And yet, when you think of Nike, you feel something different than a shoe company. In their ads, as you know, they don't ever talk about the products. They don't ever tell you about their air soles and why they're better than Reebok's air soles. What does Nike do in their advertising? They honor great athletes and they honor great athletics. That's who they are. That's what they are about.
So what did Apple stand for?
What we're about isn't making boxes for people to get their jobs done, although we do that well. We do that better than almost anybody in some cases. But Apple's about something more than that. Apple, at the core, its core value, is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better. That's what we believe. And we've had the opportunity to work with people like that. We've had an opportunity to work with people like you, with software developers, with customers who have done it in some big and some small ways. And we believe that in this world, people can change it for the better. And that those people that are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that actually do.
Apple went on to communicate this core value through its now famous brand marketing campaign, Think Different.
Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
But what's the most important lesson from Jobs?
To me, marketing's about values. This is a very complicated world. It's a very noisy world. And we're not going to get a chance to get people to remember much about us. No company is. And so we have to be really clear on what we want them to know about us. A lot of things have changed. The market's a totally different place than it was a decade ago. And Apple's totally different, and Apple's place in it is totally different. And believe me, the products and the distribution strategy and the manufacturing are totally different, and we understand that. But values and core values, those things shouldn't change. The things that Apple believed in at its core are the same things that Apple really stands for today.
So Jobs, who despite passionately believing in insanely great product design, is telling you to center your marketing on your core values and avoid the product-centric trap. If you're curious about the best way to codify Steve Jobs' approach, check out our next video about the 3 most important questions in marketing, and we'll see you there.